the Rockefeller show, motherfucking city. I love New York. You gon' respect this hustle. Now what you know about that? Hey.
It's 2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch.
Ooh wee! This mess with Diddy has officially reached Jay Z and Beyoncé's front door, and ain't nothing they can do to stop it. 2025 ain't even here yet, and we already know it's gonna be a long year for Jay Z and his wife, because not only are they possibly gonna be incriminated once Diddy's trial starts, but now Jay is getting dragged to court for allegedly SAing a 13-year-old on camera. This comes after an explosive lawsuit was filed against Diddy and Jay Z for allegedly ganging up to essay a 13-year-old girl, while a female celebrity who people believe to be Beyonce sat up and recorded y'all. This is one of the 120 lawsuits that Tony Busby told us that his law firm was going to be pursuing against Diddy, and it looked like he was not just bluffing. In less than 1 hour after Tony put that lawsuit out, Jay Z released a statement denying everything. I don't know about y'all, but Jay don't never respond to this kind of stuff, so the fact that he was that quick to shut it down definitely means there's something there. The lawsuit was originally filed in October, but at the time, Jay's name wasn't disclosed because Tony was trying to get him to settle behind the scenes. However, just like Diddy did with Cassie, Jay refused, so Tony amended the lawsuit and plastered his name all over it. The essay happened back in 2000, and according to the lawsuit, the victim, who was just 13 years old at the time, snuck out of the house to attend the MTV VMAs at Radio City Music Hall. She didn't have a ticket, and she approached various limo drivers to try and gain access to the show or an after party. One of the drivers who was working for Diddy told her that she fit what Diddy was looking for. And of course, this a 13-year-old girl, so she had no clue what he could have meant by that. This real creepy driver invited her to an after party and told her to return to his car later in that evening because he had to drop off Jay Z and Diddy at the after party. When he dropped them off, he drove back to pick her up, and after 20 minutes, they arrived at some White House with a U-shaped driveway. She claimed she had to sign a document which she believed was an NDA in order to even be let in, and right upon her arrival, she was offered multiple drinks, which were later proven to be laced with substances. This was a 13-year-old girl, y'all, so them hit real hard, and in no time, she says she felt woozy, lightheaded, and felt like she needed to lie down. She went to the bathroom to get herself together, but that didn't do much, so she went into one of the rooms to try and sleep it off till she felt better. And that's when the SA happened. The lawsuit claims Diddy and Jay entered the room with Diddy saying, "You ready to party?" That's when she alleges that Jay removed her clothes, held her down, and SA'd her, while Diddy and an unnamed celebrity female watched. She said Diddy also SA'd her as Jay and the woman looked on. The suit says she was able to resist being forced to perform oral acts on Diddy by him in the neck, and that he stopped after that. After this alleged, the suit says she grabbed her clothes and left, made her way to a gas station, and that's when she called her father. Mind you, she was just 13. The fact that no one bat an eye when they saw her at that party just show how sick these people is. They so used to seeing little people at these freak-offs that even when they seen a 13-year-old, they didn't even bother to try to get her out. They just assumed she was one of the minors who had been brought in to entertain them. But get this, y'all. Beyonce's mama, Miss Tina Knowles, seemingly showed her support for Jay Z getting exposed when she liked this post about the lawsuit on Instagram. Jay, on the other hand, was not here for this at all. Immediately after the lawsuit was made public, he released a lengthy statement denying everything and accused Tony Busby of trying to extort him. He was basically making himself out to be the victim and talking about how devastated he was about the fact that Blue's friends will be seeing this on social media and they'll mock her for it. He also brought up the fact that he's a young man who made it out the projects and that he would never do the things he's being accused of. Y'all, I don't know if Jay Z knows this, but he's definitely 55 years old. He is not a young man, so let's start there. Anyway, the statement read, "My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir, it had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. My only heartbreak is for my family, my wife, and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims, and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play them types of games. We have very strict codes and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Chill, not Jay Z out here sounding like a politician trying to convince folks he's worth their votes. Now, I ain't saying he did it, because we still ain't got no concrete evidence of that. However, let's remember that Diddy also denied them allegations, and we see how that turned out for him. In fact, Diddy had the gall to also put out a statement through his lawyer to deny the allegations. But we ain't even finna get into all that, because we already know it's gonna be a whole load of BS. So going back to Jay Z, people actually believe these allegations because he and Diddy used to be real close. And if y'all remember, Diddy said the only people allowed to call him Sean are Jay Z and his mama. Diddy was also at all the Roc Nation brunches, and funny enough, right after he was incriminated, they've never had another Roc Nation brunch. The one that was scheduled for this year got canceled entirely. And when it comes to Jay allegedly messing with girls, those rumors have been circulating for a while. If y'all remember, he was accused of allegedly messing with Foxy Brown when she was just 15, and then allegedly forcing her into terminating a pregnancy and giving her an STD.
Yeah, Foxy deaf. She deaf because she had the syphilis, because she never got on a venereal disease treated. Y'all should go back and talk to all of the that she slept with in Philly when she was in Philly. She burned every last one of them.
He was also accused of messing with Beyonce when she was freshly 18, and he was in his late 20s pushing 30. Mind you, Beyonce never really had much of a social life growing up. She was tied into her career right from when she was a teenager and only had one boyfriend while in high school. People believe that this is why Beyonce stayed with Jay after he cheated on her. He's the only man she's ever known since she was 18. Her entire career is centered around that man, and she's built a whole family with him. She don't even know what it's like to be a woman on her own without him in the picture.
Same. Like how? I feel like she never got to experience life with the different types of people, and the fact that he was so old, low-key, I feel like the only way she expresses herself is through her music.
In fact, people believe that the unnamed woman in the lawsuit who was recording and watching the essay was probably Beyonce. Some people also think it could be J-Lo, because she was in a relationship with Diddy at the time, and it is photos from her of that day at the VMAs with Diddy. In those photos, they was upset having an argument about something, and from the looks of it, it looked like J-Lo was upset about something she saw. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, Jay Z has 2 albums with R. Kelly and a whole tour with him and is close friends with him, Diddy and Harvey Weinstein, but there's suddenly no way he could be a because he's married to Beyonce? LMAO, please be so for real. Jay Z hosted them Roc Nation Black Excellence parties with Diddy parading as some role model that young men and women should look up to with these celebrities while all having those skeletons in their closet is just sickening to me. Another person said, Jay Z, who dated Aaliyah, who was the age of 15 through 17 back then, mind you, and him being 26 plus, then started dating Beyonce when she was 17 to 19. And y'all think he didn't essay a 13-year-old? Mind you, his closest friends to this day were R. Kelly and Diddy. Don't piss me off. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about the allegations that have been made against Jay Z? And do y'all really think he essayed that 13-year-old girl with Diddy? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.